biggest quake, the biggest seismic shift in Bihar politics. And 10 days after Times Now confirmed the Nitish-Lalu divorce, the marriage has finally been called off after days of speculation. Nitish Kumar resigning as Bihar Chief Minister, mentioning that it was his conscience that did not allow him to continue the Mahagathbandhan with a tainted Lalu and family. JDU chief sending out a stern message that he was not ready to compromise on his clean image. And as the most credible face of the opposition joins hands with the BJP, is this the beginning of the end of an anti-Narendra Modi bloc ahead of 2019? That's the big question.
वो तो राष्ट्र प्रवक्ता है, मुख्य प्रवक्ता है, उन्होंने तो स्पष्ट कर दिया कि हमने कभी नहीं मांगा रेजिग्नेशन। तो बात कहाँ से आएगी भाई? अपनी छवि की चिंता हमको नहीं है, हमारी पार्टी की चिंता हमको छवि की नहीं है, और हमारे जो घटक दल हैं, महागठबंधन के नेता या हमारे मुख्यमंत्री की हमको छवि की चिंता नहीं रहेगी क्या?
We are not sure about Tejasvi Yadav, but Nitish Kumar was definitely concerned about his image. As hours after RJD's show of strength and defiance in Patna, Nitish Kumar arrived at the governor's residence and did what Tejasvi refused to do.
We have confirmation of that now, that Nitish Kumar has quit. He's quit office.
हमने अपनी तरफ से गठबंधन धर्म का पूरा पालन करने की कोशिश की, और जब पूरे माहौल को हमने देखा है और उसके बाद मुझको लगा कि मेरे जैसे व्यक्ति के लिए ये हमारे अंतरात्मा की आवाज है। माहौल ऐसा होता चला जा रहा है कि इसमें अब तो ऐसी परिस्थिति हो गई कि अब काम करना भी संभव नहीं हुआ।
The JDU Supremo's decision was a fitting response to Lalu Yadav, who boasted about the power of numbers that RJD had in the Bihar Assembly.
नीतीश कुमार 302 के मुद्दाले हैं और उनको ये बात मालूम हो गई कि हिंदुस्तान का एक चीफ मिनिस्टर मर्डर केस का, आर्म्स एक्ट का अव्वल मुद्दाले है और उसके खिलाफ संज्ञान लिया जा चुका है। तेजस्वी पर तो कहीं कुछ बात का अता पता भी नहीं है।
And the political ramifications were felt far and wide, as the PM tweeted over the Patna development.
Fighting against corruption, rising above party lines in the interest of the country is the need of the hour as far as India is concerned. He also goes on to say, भ्रष्टाचार के खिलाफ लड़ाई में जुटने के लिए नीतीश कुमार जी को बहुत बहुत बधाई। 125 करोड़ नागरिक ईमानदारी का स्वागत और समर्थन करते हैं।
There was an issue of Lalu Prasad where probity, propriety, integrity has no place at all. Nitish Kumar conscious of that. Lalu Prasad completely denying he will not resign. What Lalu Prasad is was not unknown to Nitish Kumar. Okay. Therefore, this artificial alliance of convenience.
In Patna, the backroom parleys began in full earnest, with the RJD, BJP and the JDU all going into a huddle, and hints of a new political alignment emerging.
बिहार की राजनीतिक परिस्थिति के बारे में जो दिशा निर्देश मिलेगा उसके अनुसार काम करेंगे, लेकिन हम मध्यावधि चुनाव के पक्ष में नहीं है। हम चाहते हैं कि जो विधायक 5 साल के लिए चुन कर आए हैं वो अपने 5 साल का कार्यकाल पूरा करें, और इसलिए आगे जो स्थिति बनेगी वो केंद्रीय नेतृत्व के निर्देश के अनुसार हम काम करेंगे।
सरकार बीजेपी के साथ जा सकते हैं क्या? बीजेपी के साथ सरकार बनाने की
कोई भी चीज बिहार के हित में होगा, बिहार के न्याय के साथ विकास के हित में होगा, उस पर हम लोग जरूर विचार कर निर्णय लेंगे। अगर ऐसी कोई बात आती है जो बिहार के हित में होगा, हम वो जरूर फैसला लेंगे।
Nitish's resignation is a culmination of Times Now's relentless coverage of scams surrounding Lalu's family. From land scams to money laundering to sweetheart deals. As Gathbandhan became Gotala Bandhan, Times Now predicted the parting of ways. Now, with Nitish ending Bandhan, it remains to be seen if this is also the end of the anti-Modi Bandhan. Bureau Report, Times Now.
And joining me this evening is Prashant Kumar, our reporter, who's bringing us this news. Nitish has just tweeted, हमने जो निर्णय लिया उस पर प्रधानमंत्री जी के ट्वीट के द्वारा दी गई प्रतिक्रिया के लिए उन्हें तहे दिल से धन्यवाद. So, social media is the new medium in which the alliances are going to be built. Just after Nitish Kumar's resignation as Chief Minister of Bihar, it was Prime Minister Narendra Modi who welcomed the decision and complimented Nitish Kumar for putting probity and fighting corruption above power politics. And now Nitish Kumar thanking the Prime Minister. Is it all set on this stage between the JDU and the BJP? Joining me this evening, Pawan Verma, senior leader of the JDU and former Rajya Sabha member. Mr. Pawan Verma, it's all happening on Twitter. Social media is where both Nitish Kumar and Narendra Modi are exchanging messages. First, Narendra Modi says, Nitish Kumar, compliments to you for fighting corruption, taint and keeping development before power politics. And now Nitish Kumar thanking him. Is it a given now, Mr. Pawan Verma, that the next alliance in Bihar is going to be between the JDU and the BJP?
Well, Navika, what is a given is that perhaps in a fairly unprecedented way, Mr. Nitish Kumar has a privileged principle over the seductions of political office. He has always stood for probity in public life. He has followed a policy of zero tolerance towards corruption. He gave enough time for this message to be fully registered with the RJD. When that did not seem to happen, he realized that to continue with the Mahagathbandhan at the cost of compromising his principles is unacceptable. And therefore he has set a new benchmark in Indian politics of effortlessly giving up office in order to maintain the sanctity of a principle that he believes in with conviction and which he has the courage to follow.
Well, Mr. Pawan Verma, you very well put it that seduction of the office of the Chief Minister is not something that's held Nitish Kumar. Now, I ask you the simple question, didn't Nitish Kumar know the taint on Lalu Prasad Yadav? After all, he was convicted in the Chara Ghotala. He's been convicted in the fodder scam. He's somebody who can't even contest elections because of the Supreme Court ruling. Why then did Nitish Kumar walk into this alliance with his eyes open?
At the time when the Mahagathbandhan was formed, and I will give you an honest answer, Mr. Nitish Kumar was convicted, but he was on an appeal against his conviction, but he had been debarred from holding any political office or fighting an election and would not therefore be part of any government that could be formed with the Mahagathbandhan. Subsequently, during the course of the working of the Mahagathbandhan, there was a great deal of evidence that was brought forward relating to issues and companies and other transactions about, frankly, at least in my opinion, the JDU or Mr. Nitish Kumar was not aware of. When that information came into the public realm, Mr. Nitish Kumar, and especially when it became part of an FIR after a PE, a preliminary inquiry, Mr. Nitish Kumar's request was that there should be a public rebuttal of each of the allegations on a factual basis in the public space so as to preserve the image of the Mahagathbandhan and retain the principle of probity in public life. When he found that what he believed in was neither being followed nor internalized by the RJD, he realized that to run a Mahagathbandhan by compromising his own principles was neither a possibility, nor was it desirable, nor was it in accordance with his actions in the past, and he preferred, therefore, to give up political office and follow his principles.
But Mr. Pavan Verma, the question here is also about the fact that what was Mr. Nitish Kumar expecting out of a Gathbandhan with the Congress, which was scam-tainted at the center with the 2G Ghotala, with the Colgate scam, with the CWG scam, and Lalu Prasad Yadav with the fodder scam, which had really seen many summers and winters in the politics of Bihar. My question to you is, why did he dump Narendra Modi in 2013 and then walk into this? Does he still consider Narendra Modi part of the communal front that he's often called it, including as late as 2015 July? Or is he likely to now dump both Lalu Prasad Yadav and Rahul Gandhi and come and join hands with Mr. Narendra Modi?
Navika, I will not answer hypothetical questions relating to the future. For the moment, I would like to restrict myself to what Mr. Nitish Kumar said publicly after he tendered his resignation, and which was simply this, that in the current circumstances, he found it impossible to be able to run the Mahagathbandhan in the position of Chief Minister of Bihar. And he further said that he will take those steps which are in the best interests of the people of Bihar and which are in a position to implement his long-stated policy of growth with justice, economic growth with justice. That is where I'm afraid, leave the matter at this moment.
Mr. Pavan Verma, it's no longer hypothetical. How can you call it a hypothetical question? Because Nitish Kumar has already resigned. Now, Lalu Prasad Yadav has 80 members in the Legislative Assembly. He is the largest party, 27 of the Congress party. That's not enough to give him a majority. Would you want to force Bihar into a midterm elections? If not, then the entire option of taking support from the BJP is a live question. It's no longer hypothetical. It's very realistic. If you want to push away the midterm polls in Bihar.
In response to your question, I will again reiterate what Mr. Nitish Kumar said, that he will take whatever steps that he feels are congruent with, to, and for the good of the people of Bihar.
Well, that's a very tall statement, but Mr. Pavan Verma, what would you like to comment on the Twitter exchange that's been going on between Narendra Modi and Mr. Nitish Kumar this evening?
I think Mr. Nitish Kumar has thanked the Prime Minister for his message of congratulations for having resigned on an issue relating to corruption, to the fight against corruption. And Mr. Nitish Kumar has done it through the Twitter mechanism. It was gracious of the Prime Minister to have sent the message, because the issue here is not the exchange only between two individual leaders. The issue here is about the need to eradicate corruption in public life and to stand for probity in public life. And to that extent, those who have supported the stand that Mr. Nitish Kumar has taken, he is grateful to them. But he would have taken this stand even if most of the world had opposed what he is doing or criticized it.
All right, Mr. Pavan Verma, let me open this up. Let me get in BJP's Dr. Sudhanshu Trivedi, who's with us, Rakesh Sinha, RSS ideologue, Dr. Dinesh Vashne, leader of the CPI, Sudhindra Bhadoria, member of the BSP, Juhi Singh, spokesperson of the Samajwadi Party, Alimuddin, political analyst, and our resident cephalogist, Jay Mrug, also with us. But let me go across first to Dr. Sudhanshu Trivedi. Dr. Sudhanshu Trivedi, are we seeing an outside support offer going out from the BJP to the JDU on the Newshour itself tonight? Because that's the writing on the wall. Sushil Modi, the BJP leader in Bihar, has said they do not want midterm polls. So the only alliance possibility is BJP giving support to the JDU to form a government in Bihar.
As far as BJP is concerned, we have made an arrangement that there is a 3-member committee which will talk to the MLAs and after going through due deliberations, then whatever conclusion comes, accordingly, our central leadership will take a decision. As far as this Mahagathbandhan is concerned, I think this is a very significant event in the recent politics of India, because it has given a message that those alliances which are created by circumstances without any cogent factor, and when the circumstances changes, they automatically dissolves. On the issue of Mahagathbandhan, Pawan Verma ji is there. I would like to quote a couplet जो कि ज़ोक का शेर है, वो महागठबंधन पे बिल्कुल फिट होता है कि लाई हयात आए कज़ा ले चली चले, ना अपनी खुशी आए ना अपनी खुशी चले। अरे वक्त की चौसर पे हारना था लाजमी, हम चाल जो चले वो निहायत बुरी चले। तो बहुत साफ दिख गया है कि जो परिस्थितियां थी मजबूरी ने बनाया था, मजबूरी ने हटाया, और वो जो सिचुएशन की गलती थी वो परिस्थितियां आज सामने आ गई। इनमें कोई जिसे कहना चाहिए कि कोई आपस में इस ढंग की नीतिगत जो सामंजस्य होना चाहिए था, कोहेरेंस, वो नहीं था। एज फॉर एज द अल्टीमेट रिजल्ट ऑफ ब्रेकिंग ऑफ दिस महागठबंधन इज कंसर्न, our party will take a decision after going thoroughly with the opinion of the MLAs, and then we will take a final decision.
Okay, Mr. Pawan Verma, we are getting a lot of responses on involve.in/newshour. All right, respond to Mr. Dr. Sudhanshu Trivedi. I know you're one with couplets as well, so maybe you'd like to say a Ghalib couplet at this point, considering you're such a fan of Ghalib yourself.
Well, this was a couplet of Zok, and my friend Sudhanshu has quoted it. But I just want to say in reply a small share, if you will allow. For Nitish Kumar, the position has always been, मैं तो इखलाक के हाथों ही बिका करता हूँ और होंगे तेरे बाजार में बिकने वाले. Now, apart from this शेर और शायरी which can continue, since I know he is fond of Urdu poetry and I am poetry as such, and so am I. The fact of the matter is that I think the approach now of a kind of I told you so scenario is really neither relevant. A political attempt was made. It was to operate on certain principles. It was planned properly and implemented. It won an election successfully, but politics is not static or frozen in time or based only on the basis of an institutional compromise of principles. And when Mr. Nitish Kumar found, while running the Mahagathbandhan, which incidentally, while it was there, did a great deal of very substantial groundwork on the ground because of Mr. Nitish Kumar's commitment on the 7-point program and growth with social justice. When he found that those principles are being violated, perhaps he must be one of the few political leaders who, without the slightest thought of political office, tendered his resignation, and he has taken such actions in the past as well.
Mr. Pawan Verma, how do you respond to Lalu Prasad's now charges of 302 and murder that he has suddenly remembered against Nitish Kumar? Do you think this is just venom post the resignation and the breaking of the Gathbandhan?
I think it's born out of frustration. I think Mr. Lalu Yadav was taken aback by the action of a person who acts on his principles, irrespective of political gain. And the decisiveness of that action somewhat, I think, disturbed his mental balance. Those allegations are rubbish. They don't stick. They have no substance. They have, it is laughable, really. But in any case, I can understand his situation.
Well, let me open this up, and I have questions coming in from our viewers. Siddharth Srivastava saying there's a clear divide in national politics, morality and nation first for one group, inheritance of right to rule for the other group. That's coming in from Siddharth Srivastav. Also, another comment coming in from Vaikund, which is saying corruption cannot go hand in hand with the people who are working with the development as their major issue. Also, many are saying here tonight that BJP should only support JDU from the outside, as it would be blamed for brazenly engineering the collapse of the Gathbandhan. That's another view coming in. So a lot of views coming in from our viewers as well. Let me, before I go across to Sudhindra Bhadoria and Juhi Singh of the Samajwadi Party, let me ask Jay Mrug. Jay Mrug, is this the end of the Mahagathbandhan? And what does this mean? If a tall leader like Nitish Kumar walks out of the Mahagathbandhan, does this opposition unity now completely break down? And is it a precursor to the seismic shift that's taking place ahead of 2019?
Absolutely, Navika. I think we should not forget history. You know, this is not happening for the first time. And all I will say in simple words is, this is a bellwether shift. I mean, it's just going in the direction the way the wind is going. Look at history. 23 years ago, and I hope Mr. Pavan Verma will not disagree with me now. 23 years ago, in 1994, at a Kurmi Chetana rally in Patna, Mr. Kumar made exactly similar allegations. I remember it was an afternoon. He came out of a cabinet meeting at about 3:30 or 4 p.m., went to the grounds in Patna, addressed a Kurmi Chetna rally, made almost similar allegations against the then Chief Minister, who was none other than Lalu Prasad Yadav, floated the Samta Party. Okay, it was the Samta Party that time. Elections that happened the next year, they said we are fairly secular, okay, and they allied with the most left-wing Male, CPI-ML, fought the elections, got a complete drubbing, after which the late George Fernandes, who was the co-founder of the Samta Party that time, wrote a wonderful article in the Indian Express saying, you know, who does not know the situation under which the BJP launched the Rath Yatra? Basically, this was the first party, JDU, which actually reduced the untouchability tag of the BJP after the Babri demolition and embraced it. Obviously, they were going in the direction of political comfort and where the wind was going. So, I think they're just doing the same thing now. I mean, why is it, Mr. Pavan Verma, that history is repeating itself after 23 years? Did you not learn anything from history?
May I answer?
Pavan Verma, that question is to you.
Yeah, I can answer that by saying to you that history, if it repeats itself while preserving, in this case at least, a certain principle which may otherwise have been marginalized in public and political life. The events may look similar, but here he has taken a stand which is in conformity with his conscience. There could be priorities or imperatives which prompt a political alliance at a particular time, but the expectation is that they will run within a framework of basic principles which cannot be compromised. There is a line which you draw. And in this particular case, Mr. Nitish Kumar felt that heading a Mahagathbandhan, which had been formed with considerable attention to detail and on the basis of a 7-point program which was entirely devoted to development, with him as Chief Minister, when he found that on matters of probity in public life, it was unworkable for him to continue as Chief Minister, Mr. Nitish Kumar resigned. He had done that before as Railway Minister in the NDA government. It is no secret that Mr. Nitish Kumar was in alliance with the NDA for 17 years. So I don't believe that you should ascribe motive or accuse people of any form of historical amnesia based on decisions of the past without taking into account the circumstances then and the principles which prompted those actions. For the moment, one thing is clear. There were at least 24 ways to patch up and provide a face saver to this alliance. But Mr. Nitish Kumar was not willing to accept them at the cost of his own principles.
So just one concluding
All right,
sentence,
Mr. Sudhindra Bhadoria, let me get in Mr. Sudhindra Bhadoria. Mr. Sudhindra Bhadoria, is the opposition alliance now dead? Does it even have a chance? For years, for decades, you fought on this entire communal versus secular kind of politics. Is that now completely dead, Mr. Sudhindra Bhadoria?
Let me first say this, that this whole development is in the context of Bihar, and it does not have a national implication, number one. Number two, let me also bring in the issue that Nitish Kumar, who started his political career as a volunteer of the Jayaprakash Narayan movement, and I remember having met him during those days, the issue is not only probity, the issue is also total revolution, of which he was one of the activists during those days, and Lalu Prasad and the rest of them were also part of it. So therefore, in the issue of total revolution, if I would like to remind those people who are in the debate in the panel today, though many of them do not know this, the issue of communalism was one of the fundamental issues. The issue of social equality is one of the fundamental issues, and I'm quite happy that Mr. Pavan Verma has mentioned it, that probity alone is not going to be the issue. The social justice issue is there. And I would like to know, is the social justice being reflected in Saharanpur? Is the social justice being reflected in Una? Is the social justice being reflected?
With the election of a Dalit president.
If you have called me, you will have to give me 2 minutes. If you don't want to give me 2 minutes, I will keep quiet and sit.
I'm giving you, but sir, I'm only saying, Mr. Sudhindra Bhadoria.
No, this is unfair. You have an agenda.
Mr. Sudhindra Bhadoria, very humbly, I want to suggest to you that the social justice point.
I will answer all your questions.
Yes, Mr. Bhadoria. Mr. Bhadoria, I'm only saying. Mr. Bhadoria, let's not be childish here.
In the debate.
Mr. Bhadoria.
I will now have to come to this conclusion that Times now has an agenda. They don't want to listen to any other view. Let me complete. I will answer all your questions. I am saying
asking
that
question to you. She is not disrupting.
She is disrupting, of course. Mr. Sinha, you please answer when you are you anchoring the debate, Mr. Sinha?
Why are you so angry, sir? आपकी सरकार थोड़ी टूटी है, आप इतना बिगड़ रहे हैं, आपकी सरकार थोड़ी टूटी है.
No, Mr. Sinha, you can anchor the debate. Please ask Sinha to anchor the debate. I will keep quiet. I don't have nothing to say.
Mr. Sudhindra Bhadoria. Mr. Sudhindra Bhadoria, I'm only submitting to you. I'm only submitting to you, Mr. Bhadoria. I'm only supplementing your point, Mr. Bhadoria. I'm saying, Mr. Bhadoria, I'm only supplementing the point you made on social justice.
No, I have not completed. I have heard patiently for 25 minutes. And
okay, Mr. Sudhindra Bhadoria, stay with me. Mr. Mangal Pandey of the JDU, of the BJP is joining me on the phone line. He's from Bihar. Mr. Mangal Pandey, we understand MLAs of the BJP are currently meeting. Will there be a meeting with Nitish Kumar, and are you planning to approach the governor anytime soon?
भारतीय जनता पार्टी और एनडीए ने नीतीश कुमार को समर्थन देने का निर्णय किया है. अभी से कुछ देरों के बाद संयुक्त बैठक होगी भाजपा विधानमंडल दल, एनडीए विधानमंडल दल और जेडीयू विधानमंडल दल की. और भारतीय जनता पार्टी और एनडीए ने उसका पत्र महामहिम राज्यपाल जी को भेजा जा रहा है. और अभी
तो कितनी देर तक आप राज्यपाल को पत्र भेजेंगे?
तुरंत रास्ते में पत्र है, कुछ देर में राजभवन पहुंच जाएगा. और अभी से 25-30 मिनट के बाद एनडीए और जेडीयू की संयुक्त विधायकों की बैठक होगी मुख्यमंत्री.
अच्छा, तो आप नीतीश कुमार के एमएलएस के साथ संयुक्त बैठक करने वाले हैं. ये बैठक आज रात को ही होगी?
आज रात को होगी, अभी आधे घंटे के बाद ही होगी.
Okay, that's big breaking news coming in from Mr. Mangal Pandey of the BJP. Mr. Sudhindra Bhadoria, सुन लीजिए, बीजेपी जो है एक चिट्ठी भेज रहा है गवर्नर को और संयुक्त बैठक भी कर रहा है जेडीयू के साथ.
Nalika, I would make a remark. for the first time I am seeing that Bhadoria Sahab, there is a happy marriage between the pragmatism and idealism. You know the coalition government, Nitish Kumar liberated Bihar from the jungle Raj. You know, Lalu Yadav was dragging Bihar again into the jungle Raj. You don't use the communal forces. This is expired medicine. This is expired medicine. Every political party, including Mahagathbandhan ji, solicited support of RSS BJP. Every political party in India has solicited support of BJP, Janata and RSS. So don't use expired medicine.
Mr. Sudhindra Bhadoria, you seem scared.
You can.
We are not scaring you, sir. It's a reality. It's a development that's taking place.
Kovind ji was presidential candidate. Both BSP and RJD came against him. Why didn't you support Ramnath Kovind ji? Why didn't your party support Ramnath Kovind ji? He was from Uttar Pradesh. He is from Dalit community.
BJP is using its might and power.
It is a happy marriage between pragmatism and idealism.
And also
now the Bihar's politics has resurrected idealism. Idealist politics has been resurrected by new politics.
Raise the question and answer.
It's a not question of don't shoot the messenger.
I know.
I have right to intervene. I have right to intervene. Social justice is not your monopoly. Social justice is not your monopoly. Growth is justice is the old slogan. Every political party is committed to social justice.
Mr. Sinha, we know, the nation knows it, that you run the show.
Mayawati ji is marginalized. Lalu Yadav. There is only common thing between BSP and RJD, that is corruption. There is only common thing between Congress and
all right.
You know,
all right. You are running sort of arguments, Mr. Sudhindra Bhadoria. The only point I was trying to make to you, Mr. Sudhindra Bhadoria, you are behaving like a bad loser. First, the BJP is getting together with the JDU to form a government.
No, well, you see, let me...
I am only asking you the question. Sudhindra Bhadoria, I will make one last attempt.
BSP is coming in the mood of...
No, we are neither the winner or loser. The loser and winner the country will know in 19. You can announce now. You can announce. Of course, Times Now can announce who is the winner and who is the loser.
Mayawati ji was chief minister in Uttar Pradesh with the support of Bharatiya Janata Party. Then BJP was not a
Don't blame Sudhindra Bhadoria. He is nothing but just following what his leader has done in Rajya Sabha. The type of absurd reaction and then resignation which was shown by Mayawati, the same thing is being shown by Bhadoria here.
Mayawati ji ka khauf dara raha hai.
Bihar is again entering into corruption, less governance.
अरे मायावती जी के पास क्या है? मायावती जी के पास आज क्या है जो डराएंगे? मायावती जी के पास आज क्या है जो आप डरा रहे हैं? उन्होंने राज्यसभा से इस्तीफा दे दिया। उत्तर प्रदेश की सत्ता उनके पास है नहीं, आपके पास एमएलएज है नहीं उत्तर प्रदेश में, आप क्या डराएंगे किसी को? लेट मी गेट इन जूही सिंह ऑफ द समाजवादी पार्टी। जूही सिंह यूपी के लड़के का जो अलायंस हुआ था राहुल गांधी और अखिलेश यादव का, अब ये कहां जाएगा? ये जो एक बन रहा था अलायंस जिससे आप सपने देख रहे थे that in 2019 you will give a real competition to the BJP, the NDA alliance and to Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Where is this alliance? It's fallen by the wayside because Nitish Kumar, the tallest leader of the alliance, has walked out tonight. If Nitish Kumar is not working with Rahul Gandhi, how are you going to continue working with Rahul Gandhi?
But Navika, you might consider him the tallest leader of the opposition, but he was never in the alliance. He had given enough indications that he didn't want to be a part of whatever the alliance shape was taking. And in fact, his representatives had said that they would not even attend the 27th August rally of Laluji. And his voice of conscience is very loud and clear. It changes according to circumstances. When he got into the alliance with Laluji, he still had certain cases against him, but then he fought the elections with him. So I hope the probity and the good things and what he's trying to do, kill many birds with one stone, he retains it in the new cabinet, and no person with one FIR should also be inducted there. But he's fought elections in UP before this. He's lost his candidates have in fact lost their deposits in 2012. So, I mean, the indications were far and clear. That's his decision, and I don't think it was out of any great vision which he made it. He made it because he wanted to stay
Juhi ji, this is a principal state.
He was giving enough indications.
Juhi ji, don't know Bihar. Juhi ji, you don't know the condition of Bihar.
I would like to come in.
Plunder, killing, extortion, all these things are taking place in Bihar. In this regime.
Before I allow you to come in, Dr. Sudhanshu Trivedi, let me welcome in Haribansh ji, senior leader of the JDU, who is joining us live at this moment. Mr. Haribansh, there is a meeting of the BJP MLAs and the JDU MLAs that's going to take place in Patna in just a bit from now. Is it all set? Is the letter of support now going to be given to the governor tonight itself before giving any opportunity to Lalu Prasad Yadav to make the first move?
देखिए, अभी क्या पटना में चीजें चल रही हैं वह मुझे नहीं पता, लेकिन यह बात स्पष्ट है कि भारत की राजनीति में कोई मुख्यमंत्री पद पर बैठा ऐसा व्यक्ति है जो नैतिक फैसले कर सकता है। आपने देखा कि पिछले 1 महीनों से बहुत धैर्य के साथ उन्होंने प्रतीक्षा की कि जिन लोगों के ऊपर गंभीर आरोप लगे हैं वे आए, सार्वजनिक रूप से उनके प्रामाणिक उत्तर दें। और यह कोई पहली बार वो नहीं कर रहे थे। इसके पहले जब वह बीजेपी के साथ सरकार चला रहे थे बिहार में 2005 के बाद, तब जिन जिन मंत्रियों पर आरोप लगा, चाहे वो उनके दल के हों या बीजेपी के दल के हों, सबके खिलाफ उन्होंने कार्रवाई की। तो जो नीतीश कुमार की राजनीति को जानते हैं उन्हें पता है कि नीतीश कुमार जी की राजनीतिक लाइन क्या है। वह परिवार के किसी व्यक्ति को राजनीति में उन्होंने प्रश्रय नहीं दिया, अपनी पार्टी को अपने परिवार की प्राइवेट लिमिटेड कंपनी नहीं बनाया। पिछले 3 दशकों से वह देश की राजनीति में शीर्ष पदों पर हैं और जिन पदों पर रहे वहां जिस तरह से उन्होंने काम किया उसकी छाप छोड़ी और
हरिबंश जी, हरिबंश जी, जब पिछले साल आपने अलायंस किया था लालू प्रसाद यादव के साथ, तब आपको पता नहीं था कि ये क्या पार्टी है? लालू प्रसाद यादव तो कन्विक्टेड थे चारा घोटाला में। लालू प्रसाद यादव की फैमिली के कारनामे सबको पता थे और ये नीतीश कुमार से ज्यादा कौन जानता था? तो आप आंख मूंद के लालू प्रसाद यादव के साथ गए क्यों?
आप सही कह रही हैं, पर याद रखिए कि उन दिनों यह स्पष्ट था कि लालू जी कन्विक्टेड हैं, वह चुनाव नहीं लड़ेंगे, सरकार में उनकी कोई हिस्सेदारी नहीं होगी। उनके परिवार के सदस्यों पर तब ये गंभीर आरोप नहीं थे।
तो आप तो खुद ही कह रहे हैं कि प्राइवेट लिमिटेड कंपनी है लालू प्रसाद यादव का। लालू प्रसाद यादव का परिवार जो है वो तो प्राइवेट लिमिटेड कंपनी है, आप खुद ही कह रहे हैं।
नहीं, मैं वो अपना दल किस ढंग से चलाते हैं या देश में और लोग कैसे चलाते हैं ये उनकी दृष्टि है, पर मैं नीतीश जी के बारे में कह रहा हूं कि उन्होंने अपनी पार्टी में अपने परिवार और ऐसे लोगों को तरजीह नहीं दी। तो उनकी राजनीतिक धारा एक अलग रही और किन्हीं खास परिस्थितियों में उस दल से समझौता हुआ जिसमें सबने कमिट किया।
अलीमुद्दीन खान, राहुल गांधी went to Patna to meet Nitish Kumar and tried to resolve the imbroglio. He's failed. Nobody is talking to Lalu Prasad, nobody is talking to Rahul Gandhi about Lalu Prasad Yadav. In fact, the inside sources of that meeting tell us that Nitish Kumar told Rahul Gandhi that you are the one who tore up the ordinance that tried to save Lalu Prasad Yadav. Now, why are you asking me to sit with a tainted Lalu Prasad Yadav? So, is Rahul Gandhi committed to only corrupt alliance partners like Lalu Prasad Yadav, because those who believe in probity like Nitish Kumar are not going to sit with Rahul Gandhi? What is the future of Rahul Gandhi's politics?
Navika ji, there are many congressmen who have joined BJP and after going to BJP उनका शुद्धिकरण हो जाता है, वो उनमें कोई कमी नहीं रह जाती। Now I am telling you, Navika ji,
ये आर्ग्यूमेंट कहाँ से हुआ? आप नीतीश कुमार राहुल गांधी के साथ काम नहीं कर रहे हैं, तो शुद्धिकरण किसका हुआ? आप कह रहे हैं नीतीश कुमार का शुद्धिकरण हो गया लालू से गठबंधन तोड़ के।
अब नीतीश कुमार जी शुद्धिकरण के लिए जा रहे हैं, मोदी जी उनको रक्षाबंधन पे राखी बांधने वाले हैं। आप देखिए, पीपल ऑफ द बिहार विल चार्ज हिम विद द मर्डर।
आप ये बता दीजिए, आप ये बता दीजिए, जब राहुल गांधी के पास नीतीश कुमार जी गए थे विकल्प लेकर कि आपको तेजस्वी यादव का करप्शन पसंद है कि नीतीश कुमार का क्लीन पॉलिटिक्स, कांग्रेस के पास क्या विकल्प था? यदि कांग्रेस नीतीश कुमार जी के साथ जाती तो इतिहास में आपका नाम अंकित होता, लेकिन कांग्रेस और आरजेडी के बीच जो बॉन्ड है वो करप्शन है। कांग्रेस और आरजेडी के बीच क्या बॉन्ड है? करप्शन है। कम्युनिटी क्या है? करप्शन है। देख ले, अरे आप शेरो शायरी मत कीजिए। आप ये बताइए कि देश की राजनीति में कांग्रेस मुक्त का जो अभियान था वो अपनी चरम पे पहुंच रहा है। अब कांग्रेस मुक्त भारत कांग्रेस मुक्त हो रहा है।
वालों का जो मिशन है,
कांग्रेस ने जिस प्रकार की राजनीति
डॉक्टर सुधांशु त्रिवेदी
मार्जिनलाइज होना इमिनेंट है।
डॉक्टर सुधांशु त्रिवेदी, क्या ये पहले कांग्रेस कहा करती थी कि बीजेपी जो है वो कम्युनल पार्टी है, उनके साथ कोई अलायंस नहीं हो सकता। आज अलीमुद्दीन खान साहब कह रहे हैं कि जिसको भी शुद्धिकरण कराना होता है वो बीजेपी की तरफ चला जाता है। तो अब बीजेपी क्या शुद्धिकरण की पार्टी हो गई?
शुद्धिकरण की मैं ये कह रहा हूँ, बीजेपी।
देखिए, एक बात बहुत क्लियर है, टुडे देयर आर टू सेट ऑफ पॉलिटिक्स इन इंडिया कटिंग अक्रॉस द। अलीमुद्दीन खान जी, अब मैं बोल लूं,
दैट इज द डिफरेंस। अब नीतीश जी वहां चले गए,
मैं बोल लूं,
नीतीश जी में कोई कमी नहीं रहेगी।
अच्छा, ठीक है।
और इलेक्शन से पहले जो नीतीश जी में कमियां गिना रहे थे मोदी जी, अब
नहीं जनाब, वो तो हमारे ही साथ थे, आपके साथ बाद में गए थे। अब मैं जवाब दे रहा हूँ।
कहाँ चली गई वो कम्युनलिज्म? कहाँ चला गया? अब क्या बीजेपी कम्युनल नहीं रही? अब क्या नीतीश कुमार जी सेकुलर नहीं रहे? अब क्या है ये मैरिज ऑफ कन्विंस है पॉलिटिकल।
अलीमुद्दीन खान जी, अब आपकी तकरीर खत्म हो गई तो मैं बोल लूं।
बीजेपी ने
नाउ कैन आई स्पीक?
अच्छा, अलीमुद्दीन खान साहब, मार्जिनलाइज्ड पार्टी है आपकी।
I urge you remain confined to Bihar. Now it is my turn. You should let me speak. I just want to say one thing. As your psephologist has said, 23 years back, the history is repeating. Yes, of course, the circumstances are the same. Even in 1994, there was a casteist force, the feudal force, the communal force, which was not allowing any principled man to work with Lalu Prasad Yadav. After 23 years, it is again proved that any person with having certain principle cannot work with Lalu Prasad Yadav. Now there are two categories of politics. Alimuddin Khan ji, अब आपने बहुत बोल लिया, अब कृपया बोलने दीजिए. This is not fair.
अलीमुद्दीन खान साहब,
आप जिस ढंग से बोल रहे हैं,
अलीमुद्दीन खान साहब 27 सीटों की पार्टी, 27 सीटों की पार्टी इतना आवाज नहीं उठाती है।
चले जा रहे हैं।
Don't worry.
अलीमुद्दीन खान साहब, 27 सीटों की पार्टी है आपकी। बिहार में 243 में से 27 सीट है आपके।
अरे बिहार में 27 की पार्टी है
टू कांग्रेस।
पार्लियामेंट लोकसभा में 44 की पार्टी है, बिहार में 27 की पार्टी है और इतना बोल रहे हैं आप। मिस्टर अलीमुद्दीन खान, 27 सीटों की पार्टी है बिहार में, 44 सीटों की लोकसभा में, इतना मत बोलिए। 282 सीटों की पार्टी को बोल लेने दीजिए। बोलिए डॉक्टर सुधांशु त्रिवेदी।
90%
अलीमुद्दीन, आप देखिए, just I want to say there are two set of politics today which is going on. On one hand, there are 3C. 3C is casteist, communal politics, and corrupt, which are governed by single family. Again, I am saying three things: the corrupt parties, the casteist parties, and the communal parties governed by one party. On the other hand, there are certain principal politicians, and this section is led by Shri Narendra Modi. That's why people are consistently coming to our side. And unfortunately, Alimuddin Khan, this 3C is having support of 2C. That is Congress and Communists. This Congress and Communists are giving coverage to all these corrupt, casteist and communal politics.
How to grab power in that?
And let's go across to the communists now. Let's go across to the communists now.
Nitish Kumar, दोनों started their career for JP movement against Congress.
Alimuddin Khan
They came to power in 1990
Alimuddin Khan साहब, calm down.
Nitish Kumar,
I'll have to lower your fader.
Against Congress.
I'll have to lower your fader, Mr. Alimuddin Khan.
On your side.
Yes.
यार आप इस ढंग का
Mr. Dinesh Varshney,
रस्सी जल
where does this leave the Communist Party? Where does this leave the Communist Party of India after the opposition alliance is completely in shambles now? Nitish Kumar walking out clearly leaves no opposition unity, and this happens between the president's election, the vice president's election, and of course the run-up to the 2019 elections. Just what is the opposition strategy going to be? Alliance of all the corrupt?
Look, Navika, I have heard all of them for around 49 minutes. Give me only 1 minute without any interruption. Give me only 1 minute without any interruption. Whatever the opposition will do it. We were the first party in the present political situation that all left and democratic forces must unite. Definitely, it is a setback to the alliance of the left and democratic alliances. But the BJP don't claim that they are Puritarian party, and it is not. They are not corrupt. Whose names have figured in the coal scam, in which Congress is also tainted. CPI and the left party, not a single leader has been found in any corruption. It is the BJP and Congress and the bourgeois political party, those who have prerogative. We are of the opinion that the corrupt must go. Whether it is Vyapam, whether it is Chhattisgarh Gotala or Jharkhand Gotala or Lalit Gate or whatever it is, Chikki Gate or whatever it is Gate, or running away of the Malaya, all these things. So इसलिए हैप्पी मैरिज की बात यहाँ मत करिए. हैप्पी मैरिज वही लोग करिएगा जिन्होंने नंदीग्राम में करप्शन नहीं हुई थी जनाब.
Well, Rakesh Sinha is contradicting you. Rakesh Sinha is contradicting you.
जनाब बुर्जुआ पार्टी, अरे गोली चलवाई, अपने कैंडिडेट तक खड़े हो गए, किसानों पे गोली चलवाई, जमीन कब्जा करने में.
और जहाँ तक आप बात कर रहे हैं,
and what about CNC lovely scam in Kerala?
पार्टी में भी एक टाइम में 2 बीजेपी की एक साथ में 2 सदस्य थे और बीजेपी ये सब करने से गैर कम्युनल नहीं होगी. सीपीएम में 2015 में कि भारतीय जनता पार्टी कम्युनल पार्टी है और सब जानते हैं कि पनामा लीग क्या है. पनामा लीग में किसके नाम है, पनामा लीग में किसके नाम है, और सब जानते हैं कि बीजेपी आरएसएस और दलितों के साथ क्या है. वो नीतीश कुमार के साथ कभी आगे आएंगे. और बिहार की जनता बताएगी बिहार की जनता बताएगी. और अगर नीतीश कुमार राजनीति
I really don't understand, Mr. Dinesh Varshney, when you talk about Panama leaks, when you talk about Rahul Gandhi, you know, why does the Communist Party of India attend all the lunches of Sonia Gandhi? Don't you remember corruption then? You are talking about corruption now. Dr. Sudhanshu Trivedi, don't they remember corruption when they have lunches with Sonia Gandhi, Dr. Sudhanshu Trivedi?
अगर आपने ये नीति चलानी है
Navika, there is a much bigger question. To Mr. Varshney, I would like to remind. You remember there was a book, Mitrokin's Archive, KGB and the World Part 2, in which the KGB officer has written that in 1970s how Communist Party, each and every leader was sold out to USSR. He referred to a restaurant in Delhi, in Connaught Place, when these Communist Party leaders used to exchange the chips and the money was transferred. अरे इससे ज्यादा तो किसी ने किया ही नहीं कि विदेशियों के हाथ में पैसा लेते थे.
Well, आप जितना मर्जी रिमाइंड करवाइए दिनेश वार्ष्णेय, आज का जो समय है वो जेडीयू और बीजेपी के अलायंस का है. बिहार एक और स्टेट बन गया है जहां ऑपोजिशन की गुड्डी बिल्कुल डूब गई है, or it is going to be the BJP and the JDU which are going to meet and go and give their letter of support to the governor in just a bit from now. In fact, that meeting and MLAs arriving at Nitish Kumar's house already beginning in Patna. In fact, if we can cut across to visuals of that in just a bit from now, we'll show you how all the leaders and MLAs of the BJP are arriving at Nitish Kumar's residence. It's a complete alliance that's in the making. signing and will be sealed by the end of the day. And that leaves the opposition completely in tatters. And some, like Sudhindra Bhadoria, will need to re-evaluate their politics because Mayawati doesn't seem to be part of any equation at the moment. That's all we have time for on this debate number 1. Thank you very much to all my panelists for joining me here on Newshour number 1. Going across to Anand, who's going to take you through why Rahul Gandhi didn't do what Nitish Kumar has done. Is Rahul Gandhi now going to spearhead an alliance of corruption with Lalu Prasad Yadav? Anand, over to you.
Yes, अगर हिंदी में कहें नाविका तो नीतीश बाबू या सुशासन बाबू ने जो है सादगी का दामन, ऑनेस्टी का दामन पकड़ लिया है और राहुल गांधी करप्शन का चोगा ओढ़े हुए हैं. Now is he stuck with taint as Nitish has picked probity? We debate that on the Newshour on the other side.
The Newshour at 9 will be right back after the break. What does it take for unassailable leadership? What is the key to unmatched reach? How do you harness unrivaled resources to propel the journalism of impact? Times Now's editor-in-chief leads the leader through a multiplicity of roles, powered by one vision. Rahul Shivshankar on Times Now. Action begins here.
You are just bothered of saying Hindu and Muslim. We are not saying Hindu and Muslim. We are saying what's wrong and what's right, sir.
When people try and misconstrue and portray a wrong image, you have to call their bluff.
Thanks for joining me live.
A crusader for the people.
We're going to end this debate on the fact that it's crime ki baat. It's not parivar ki baat, it's crime ki baat.
His questions can't be avoided.
She has been strangulated. You are contesting elections in Uttar Pradesh. What is happening in Uttar Pradesh?
His cause won't be denied.
You know you're sitting there with a responsibility.
4 people died, nobody was bothered. Today a girl has been strangulated, it is still a hodgepodge investigation. How is this right?
His passion for justice sets the agenda.
Most importantly, integrity and honesty. We as a channel fiercely guard that, and I as a person fiercely guard that.
Anand Narsimhan on Times Now. Action begins here.
I have a problem with open-ended questions. Questions that allow for obfuscation.
You have not answered any of my questions. You have danced and deflected. Don't make us wear dunce caps, sir.
Questions that don't yield the hard fact.
What would you have had Major Gogoi do? Should he have opened fire? I'm asking you, should he have opened fire? Yes or no?
Because only the absolute fact will clinch the argument.
15 judges have sat in judgment of Pakistan. Were you about to commit premeditated murder?
Only airtight questions bring closure.
Here is a meticulous register of payments which goes straight into the Hurriyat office. Is the Hurriyat nothing more but the Dalal of Pakistan?
Why settle for anything less? Demand the absolute hard fact.
You're watching the Newshour at 9. Watching the Newshour at 9. Stay tuned. What does it take for unassailable leadership? What is the key to unmatched reach? How do you harness unrivaled resources to propel the journalism of impact? Times Now's editor-in-chief leads the leader through a multiplicity of roles, powered by one vision. Rahul Shivshankar on Times Now. Action begins here.
You are just bothered up saying Hindu and Muslim. We are not saying Hindu and Muslim. We are saying what's wrong and what's right, sir.
When people try and misconstrue and portray a wrong image, you have to call their bluff.
Thanks for joining me live.
A crusader for the people.
We're going to end this debate on the fact that it's crime ki baat. It's not parivar ki baat, it's crime ki baat.
His questions can't be avoided.
She has been strangulated. You are contesting elections in Uttar Pradesh. What is happening in Uttar Pradesh?
His cause won't be denied.
You know you're sitting there with a responsibility.
4 people died. Nobody was bothered. Today a girl has been strangulated. It is still a hodgepodge investigation. How is this right?
His passion for justice sets the agenda.
Most importantly, integrity and honesty. We as a channel fiercely guard that, and I as a person fiercely guard that.
Anand Narsimhan on Times Now. Action begins here.
I have a problem with open-ended questions. Questions that allow for obfuscation.
You have not answered any of my questions. You have danced and deflected. Don't make us wear dunce caps, sir.
Questions that don't yield the hard fact.
What would you have had Major Gogoi do? Should he have opened fire? I'm asking you, should he have opened fire, yes or no?
Because only the absolute fact will clinch the argument.
15 judges have sat in judgment of Pakistan. Were you about to commit premeditated murder?
Only airtight questions bring closure.
Here is a meticulous register of payments which goes straight into the Hurriyat office. Is the Hurriyat nothing more but the Dalal of Pakistan?
Why settle for anything less? Demand the absolute hard fact.
National security is a subject which everybody pays lip service to, but few people really stand up for it. All this stuff about good relations between neighbors is hogwash. Do what you want, you will have hostility with Pakistan because their best bonding adhesive is anti-Indianism, and Kashmir is a symbol of that. In many of my debates, I am seen to be aggressively countering the lies and falsehoods. Your fingerprints are all over the 2611 case. I'm not saying it, Director CIA says it. You have to be well versed with facts and completely abreast of developments.
The News Hour at 10. Driven by Hyundai. Co-powered by Cucina. Designed for convenience.
से चला दिया। अब मेरे ये स्वभाव और काम करने के तरीकों के अनुरूप नहीं है।
Multiple news breaks exposing Lalu clan's corruption forces Nitish to take a stand. Nitish dumps tainted Yadavs, resigns as the Chief Minister of Bihar. Times Now told you, Nitish picks probity, Raga stuck with taint. Corruption tops all the other narratives. That's the lesson. That's the lesson for 2019. The Lalu-Nitish divorce 10 days ago. We told you then, the separation confirmed now.
छिपा मांग रहे हैं तेजस्वी से नीतीश कुमार 302 के मुद्दाले हैं।
Lalu does not take the split lightly, spews venom after divorce. All the poison he had gulped out in an instant makes a murder charge against his former ally.
कोई भी चीज बिहार के हित में होगा, बिहार के न्याय के साथ विकास के हित में होगा, उस पर हम लोग जरूर विचार कर निर्णय लेंगे।
Nitish does not rule out outside support from the BJP, gets PM's backing. Prime Minister hails him for dumping taint.
Minutes after Nitish tenders resignation, BJP swoops in, extends outside support, puts the JDU above the halfway mark. The biggest credible face of the anti-BJP bloc dumps the Mahagathbandhan. Is this the beginning of the end for a united front against Modi ahead of 2019? Big political development. Amit Shah all set to enter central politics. He will contest the Rajya Sabha polls from Gujarat. Is a cabinet berth in the offing for the BJP chief. And they are quick on the counter, quick to swoop in. There is no chance of a rethink, not even a moment to pause and ponder. The BJP MLAs are at Nitish Kumar's residence. Sushil Modi also arriving for the meet. Reaction coming through right now. We'll try and listen to the reaction that's just come through. Shyam Sundar will be on ground now. We will try and get you more. Now look at that array of vehicles. All the BJP MLAs already there, extending support, congratulating Nitish and making him feel good about the decision, so that there is no post-decision dissonance in your mind. What have I done? Have I made the right choice? Have I done the right thing? Happens to all of us. In economics, it's called post-purchase dissonance. You go and buy something, and as you're walking out of the store, you think whether or not you've taken the right decision. They're not allowing that rethink at all. Shyam asking those questions. We'll see what the BJP MLAs have to say. Let's try and play that out if we can, this entire sequence. Where we will try and get the reactions. These are MLAs, all of them questioning. Shyam pointing out to all of the vehicles of the BJP that are present at that point. You can see him there in the orange shirt pointing out and trying to get these reactions. There he is back in the frame. We will try and see if we can get him live or play out this entire sequence with the visuals. But that's the development, ladies and gentlemen. We will do that in just a bit. Now let's just move on and keep these developments going as and when we get her. Now, ladies and gentlemen, go back just a bit to the 18th of May. That was the first story which showed the fissures and perhaps started driving the wedge in this Gathbandhan, because the question was, will Sushashan Babu stick with taint? Two sweetheart deals that made crores for Misha and her husband, one of the first that we put out. Then thereafter came in the next of the exposés that led to multiple raids, the Lalu land Ghotala, all across Delhi, 22 locations, you remember, which exposed one after the other, plenty of developments. Then came the Jain Hawala link, the mention in the diaries of Lalu Yadav. These are the aspects that forced him to take this decision. Then you had another development that came, that dirty money was used to fund land transactions. The IT report, the status report that was submitted, that came to the fore. More importantly, on the 16th of July, Times Now confirmed the divorce. We said Nitish Lalu divorce. The divorce is final. The separation date has to be fixed. And it took 10 days for that separation to manifest. 26th of July 2017, Nitish ends the bandhan. And he walks out. That's the hashtag on the Newshour at 10. Nitish ends bandhan. Keep tweeting in. Tell us what you think. What's in store ahead of 2019? What's in store for Bihar? What's going to happen for Nitish? But more importantly, the big question on the Newshour tonight. The big question, ladies and gentlemen, on the Newshour tonight that we are asking, that Nitish has picked probity. What will Raga do? Is he stuck with taint? And there is a different twist. We have to give that twist. But that twist comes after we listen to Nitish's hints, one after the other. The first came on the 3rd of July. The other one came early this evening. And then we also heard what Mr. K.C. Tyagi of the JDU had to say. Listen to it, and then we take the debate forward.
हम लगातार इस बात की वकालत करते रहे हैं, सिर्फ विपक्षी एकता नहीं बल्कि एक अल्टरनेटिव नैरेटिव भी होना चाहिए, एजेंडा तय होना चाहिए, वैकल्पिक क्या हमारा एजेंडा है, इसको लेकर हमें अपनी बात जनता के समक्ष रखनी चाहिए। बार को जाने दिन दिनों से यह बात मेरे मन में चल रही थी, कोई रास्ता निकल जाए। हमने राहुल जी से भी बातचीत की, ठीक है। और आप सब जानते हैं उनका भी अब तक का जो रुख रहा है उसको देखते हुए, क्योंकि उन्होंने ऑर्डिनेंस फाड़ा था, तो ये सारी बातें थी, इसको देखते हुए कुछ ऐसा तो कीजिए। बिहार में भी जो कांग्रेस के लोग हैं, अध्यक्ष हैं, उनसे भी हमने कहा कि भाई कुछ ऐसा कीजिए जिससे सबको एक रास्ता मिले।
हमारी हालत यूपीए 2 जैसी हो गई होती और महागठबंधन का वही 2019 में हश्र होने वाला था जो श्री मनमोहन सिंह जी के नेतृत्व में यूपीए 2 का हुआ। मनमोहन सिंह जी पर भ्रष्टाचार का निजी तौर पर कोई आरोप नहीं था, ही वॉज क्लीन, लेकिन सहयोगी पार्टी के नेताओं के भ्रष्टाचार के अंबार के मामले जब मीडिया के जरिए, अदालत के जरिए और एजेंसीज के जरिए जनता के सामने आए तो जनता ने ऐसा सबक सिखाया कि मुख्य विरोधी दल भी नहीं बचा।
You're watching the News Hour at 10, debate number 2 on Times Now, Super Prime Time.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's hit the news hour debate straight up. And I want you to get involved. I'm just logging into involved.in here right in front of my laptop. And let's just ask them this question. Nitish picks probity, Lalu stuck with taint. And let's just twist it a bit as Jay Mrug, our cephalogist, is here with us. Syed Zafar Islam, good evening. Sanjeev Srivastava, Kumar Ketkar, Ghanshyam Tiwari is with us. We also have Alimuddin Khan joining us. Saibal Gupta, political analyst, also with us. And in a bit, we'll also have Devashish Jararia and Ratan Sharda joining us. But more importantly, let's add just another twist. As Rahul Gandhi and the Congress party seem to be stuck with taint, here's just a small twist. Is corruption the only narrative that tops everything else? And why I'm asking you this, Jay Mrug, is that there was this talk about communalism versus corruption. And what will Nitish choose? Because there was a time in 2012, 2013 where he gave the communal aspect, the communal versus secular aspect, priority over the corruption taint aspect. But today the narrative has changed. And there is a reason why. What does a cephalogist have to say?
I think I would love to go back to numbers and history. In 1989, with the Bofors issue at Hem, and in 1996, the slew of allegations against the Narasimha Rao government were the only 2 times when corruption was an issue at all. I think by the late 90s, our polity matured, the people matured, they said, wow, this is not going to be an issue for us any longer. I think as long as the opposition said communalism was an issue, the only party that grew was the so-called communal party. So I think that also passed away by the time we were in 2005. From 2007, the actual narrative was aspiration. And the problem that the opposition parties now have at hand is that Mr. Modi has shown some deliverable in that direction. So what Mr. Nitish Kumar is doing, or what many other politicians at local level are doing in this country, are actually reacting to the ground. They have seen this narrative in action on the ground and now feel the ground below them will slip if they don't go over to the BJP side, and therefore the shift.
Well, every action has an equal and opposite reaction, one of Newton's laws. So the action of Nitish Kumar will have an equal and opposite reaction on the other end, and perhaps there could be some synergies when 2 and 2 make 22. But what will happen? Let's not get caught up in that. Quickly going across to Sham, because the BJP MLAs, that news that we broke, let's get an update. BJP MLAs at Nitish's residence, what are they cheering? Are they going to have the swearing in again tomorrow?
Well, yes, let me tell you, Vivek, that the BJP MLAs have almost reached Nitish Kumar's residence. All of the BJP MLAs and MLCs have reached Nitish Kumar's residence. Now it's being said that a meeting will be held here where Nitish Kumar would be elected as the leader of this new front, that is the JDU, BJP and LJP. Apart from that, the RLSP, now they would elect Nitish Kumar as their leader, and Nitish Kumar along with Sushil Modi, other senior BJP leaders and his party MLAs would then be going to Raj Bhavan where he would stake claim, and it's being said that that since the governor has to leave for Kolkata also, so tomorrow a swearing-in ceremony will be held here at the Raj Bhavan, where Nitish Kumar along with all the other ministers would be sworn in. Now, interestingly, as to who would be the next Deputy Chief Minister of Bihar, will it be Sushil Modi? Now, it is up to the BJP High Command to decide as to who
that is like they say is not such a big issue at all, because whoever the BJP central leadership nominates, that person will come back and sit. If it is not Sushil Modi, it will be somebody else, but it will be the NDA and the BJP. Imagine a day at the office, Nitish Kumar finishes his day's work, gets up, walks up to the governor, says I'm quitting, and next day in the morning, as the day's proceedings begin, work begins, he's back in the chair as chief minister. This is fantastic politics that is going on. But Alimuddin Khan, मुझे दो कहावतें याद आ रही है, मुहावरे कहावतें, जैसे आप बोले हिंदी आपकी मेरे से बेहतर है। एक है डूबते को तिनके का सहारा, और दूसरा कि हम तो डूब रहे हैं सनम तुम्हें भी ले डूबेंगे। अब कौन सा मुहावरा किस पर फिट होता है, आप बता दीजिए।
देखिए आनंद जी, ये रक्षाबंधन का त्योहार है। हाँ। और मोदी जी राखी बांध रहे हैं नीतीश कुमार जी को। चलिए जो है
चलिए आप ये क्यों नहीं कहते कि राहुल गांधी जी भी हाथ बढ़ा दें? राहुल गांधी जी भी हाथ बढ़ा दें।
देखिए
राहुल गांधी जी भी हाथ बढ़ा दें। रक्षा का बंधन घोटाले के बंधन से बेहतर है।
बहुत जल्दी बोले।
रक्षा का बंधन घोटाले के बंधन से बेहतर है। ये तुक भिड़ा नहीं आपका।
देखिए
रक्षा का बंधन घोटाले के बंधन से बेहतर है।
बेआबरू।
हाँ,
देखिए नीतीश कुमार जी कहेंगे बड़े बेआबरू होके तेरे कूचे से हम निकले। हाँ। ये अटल जी की बीजेपी नहीं है, ये मोदी जी की बीजेपी।
देखिए फिर आप फंस गए। देखिए मैंने जो कहा मेरी लिमिटेड हिंदी नॉलेज में मैंने आपसे क्या कहा, हम तो डूब रहे सनम तुम्हें भी ले डूबेंगे। ये अब जो गठबंधन है, जो बचा कुचा है, राहुल गांधी और लालू जी की साठगांठ, ये तो डूबती नैया है। लग तो ऐसा ही रहा है। जफर जी, रतन शारदा जी भी जाके
मैं भी एक कहावत सुना दूं अलीमुद्दीन जी, मैं भी एक मुहावरा सुना दूं आपको। धोबी का कुत्ता ना घर का ना घाट का।
जाने की सोचिए वो जाएं, वो मोदी जी के साथ जाएं।
आपका तो अलीमुद्दीन जी वो हाल हुआ बिहार में, धोबी का कुत्ता ना घर का ना घाट का।
जो शर्तें थी उनको तोड़ा है।
अब जो मर्जी चिल्लाते रहिए, हालत तो आपकी खराब है।
जनता will charge him with the murder of the Mahagathbandhan. And they
what was their dead body, Mr. Alimuddin? Dead body.
देखिए वो तो लालू जी
just one statement. See, please realize Nitish was more a necessity of opposition. Nitish didn't need opposition. Opposition needed Nitish. Opposition under the able guidance of Rahul Gandhi lost a chance, the only counterpoint to Modi that was possible in this Gathbandhan. Now that chance has left and joined Modi, maybe as the second best leader in the NDA. That is for him to prove his role. But the Mahagathbandhan has become totally शून्य गठबंधन। आप संभाल नहीं पाए उनको, आप नीतीश जी को संभाल नहीं पाए। नीतीश जी आप गए, आप उनको संभाल नहीं पाए। उन्होंने आपको रिक्वेस्ट की होगी कि इसको समझाइए, लालू को आप नहीं समझा पाए।
सवाल तो आप
समझ नहीं पाए कि नीतीश का गुजारा आपके बिना होगा, आपका नहीं होगा उनके बिना।
शारदा जी, नीतीश कुमार का सवाल तो आप भी नहीं पाए थे।
जहाँ अमित शाह जी को स्टेप रूट ढूंढना पड़े, जहाँ
देखिए आप बोलते रहेंगे, एक और आज कुछ मुहावरे ज्यादा ही फूट रहे हैं न्यूज़ पे, बट चलिए होने दीजिए। अब ये पॉलिटिकल व्यथा और पॉलिटिकल परिस्थितियां ऐसी हैं। देखिए एक और बात है, जिनके घर शीशे के वो दूसरों पर पत्थर नहीं फेंका करते। आप क्या करेंगे सर? पहले अपने घर को पहले अब वी आर ऑन अ रोल हियर, बट लेट्स गेट बैक टू द डिबेट। बट जफर इस्लाम, you're being accused of murdering the Gathbandhan. You orchestrated this from the shadows. That is what is being said by the opposition, voices in the opposition.
Nitish ambition.
But एक बात दाद देनी पड़ेगी जफर इस्लाम. The BJP shows so much speed and agility when it comes to mauka parasti, to take the opportunity and use it to their advantage. They did it in Goa. वो ख्वाब देखते रह गए दिग्विजय सिंह जी और सेंट्रल कांग्रेस कमांड। मणिपुर में, हाँ मणिपुर सेफोलॉजिस्ट जाग गए हमारे साथ। एंड नाउ लुक व्हाट्स हैपनिंग इन बिहार। शाम को उठे, ऑफिस से निकले, टहलते गवर्नर के यहाँ पहुंचे नीतीश बाबू और बोला हम इस्तीफा दे रहे हैं। कल सुबह वापस टहलते वापस कुर्सी पे बैठ जाएंगे, चीफ मिनिस्टर की कुर्सी पे। दैट्स द रियलिटी। जफर इस्लाम,
See, what is more important for all of us to realize here, that the people of Bihar had some expectation from this government when they elected it 20 months ago. And also what is more important for all of us to realize again, that Nitish Kumar has a reputation and he had a stated objective that he will fight against corruption. But you have to see that the Gathbandhan Parivar, you have Congress and you have RJD, both senior leadership of both the parties are deeply into corruption. See, Lalu Yadav, the entire family is deeply into corruption. Under the circumstances, what he was left with, basically to compromise with his conscience or listen to his conscience and resign. Now it is for us, our leadership has decided to support purely because there is a responsibility of a political party to ensure that there is no breakdown of law in the state, and it is our responsibility as a senior partner in this Gathbandhan, which we have, the alliance, and we feel that it is important for us to give a good governance to the people of Bihar, and that's why it is important for us to give a government immediately, instead of creating uncertainty.
No, the other thing is, of course, Zafar Islam, you don't want Nitish Kumar and the JDU to have second thoughts, or you don't want to give them any time to the opposition to try and reconcile and find a route to get Nitish Kumar to change his mind. That's what, I think you're swooping in on the opportunity. Fantastic. That's what you're supposed to do as a political party. Saibal Gupta wanted to intervene, and then we'll open up. Jay, I'll bring in Saibal Gupta and then I'll bring you in.
On the contrary, Anand, on the contrary, if you maybe on your channel or some other channel, I heard Mr. K.C. Tyagi, the spokesperson of
here on Times Now when he's speaking to Rahul Shivshankar. Yeah.
And what he said is untouchable. RJD is untouchable. So where is the question of having thought of forming the government or able to save the government? It is impossible.
Sir, thoda flashback. I also remember when a certain gentleman walked out of the NDA and said, never am I walking back in again. So you can never say never in politics. You know that, Zafar Islam. But Saibal Gupta, good evening. Sir.
No. But see.
I'm just opening it up, Zafar Islam. I'll come back to you. Saibal Gupta, good evening. Yes, Mr. Saibal.
Yes. Good evening.
You wanted to intervene. The debate was, taking different twists and turns, but we're coming back to the same issue of narratives and of what the Congress is stuck with, Rahul Gandhi is stuck with. Yes, Mr. Saibal Gupta.
No, I'm unable to hear the debates properly because I'm not speaking from a studio and there is a lot of sound. But nevertheless, I'd like to mention one or two things. Whatever I have understood. I'm in Delhi right now. I'm not in Patna. So I'm not in know of many of the things which is going on behind the scene. But you see, there are two things. One, politically and socially, there was no contradiction between Nitish Kumar and Lalu Prasad. But as far as administrative narrative is concerned in Bihar, that had definitely deteriorated in his third stint.
Right.
So while politically or socially it was good with Mahagathbandhan, but administratively it was not going forward. But in contrast, the 8-year stint of NDA was administratively quite superb. So there was some sort of a clamor that there was some sort of expectations that the 8 years NDA rule should get back in the context of Bihar. So I think if the BJP and the Nitish Kumar is joining hands, it will not be an unpopular decision. It will be quite a popular decision in the context of
Bihar. In fact, because many believe, Saibal Gupta.
I would like to mention.
Yeah, okay, make your points and then I'll come with a question. And Jay also has a question here.
Pardon?
Yeah, please complete. Please complete.
I would like to mention one thing. I would like to mention that, you see, over the years, since 88, 89, on the issue of communalism, many of the corruptions were hidden. In the process, the support base for communalism shrunk, and because corruption was not given high, the taming corruption was not given high priority, either during Manmohan Singh's government,
right,
or there was a possibility that is going to be replicated in the context of Bihar. I think that has further legitimized communal configuration or communal support system in the society.
Right.
So while communalism needs to be fought, simultaneously and concurrently, the corruption issue should be tackled in a decisive manner, which was not taken
very
nationally.
Rightly said, Saibal Gupta, and sir, baat mein bade pate ki baat kar gaye aap, that the fact is that corruption was ignored and it then became a bane, it became an issue, and that's why we say that this narrative tops all other narrative. And the group today that is actually championing this narrative, this fight against corruption or against taint, is the NDA, is the ruling faction right now.
No, and I think I would like to put a question to Mr. Alimuddin Khan, and of course put it to the larger debate panel as well. I think the problem is a little deeper. I'll go back to an Hindi kahawat again. I think we are all in the mood today. Kahin ki eat, kahin ka roda, Bhanumati ne kunba joda. So this was a coalition of some disparates, that the opposition pulled together, helmed by the Congress. Now, they have a serious problem. The last time the Congress made a comeback after being in opposition was in 2004,
right,
and was actually on the back of a super Mahagathbandhan. They had the DMK, they had the TRS, they had a regional party in every state. Now, if that act is going to wither away even before it has begun, the Congress is staring at disaster in 2019.
Absolutely, agree with you. And let's just open it up to 2 or 3 of our other panelists. 22 minutes into the news hour, haven't spoken yet. Devashish Jararia, Ghanshyam Tiwari, Sanjeev Srivastava and Kumar Ketkar. Good evening, gentlemen. Please don't accuse me of stealing away your talk time. That's never the intent. It's just that there is too much to say when we talk about Bihar politics. And but you agree, Sanjeev, as I open this up, that if they keep hanging on to this narrative of communalism, they are going to suffer, because that is not a narrative that's going to work, because it cannot top graft, it cannot top corruption as a narrative, as a story which rings with the people of this country.
Yes, I think that is now quite pretty much clear, that if you pit corruption against communalism, in a majority of Indian voters' psyche, corruption is a bigger issue than communalism. And also our voters are stacked in that manner, that a large number of population thinks corruption is a bigger issue. But if you just allow me to open the debate a little further, Anand, it's a historic political day today. Because in one stroke, what Narendra Modi, Amit Shah combination has done, today frankly the 2019 election is sealed in favor of NDA unless something hugely dramatic happens. See, from Delhi to Bihar, every place, all the North Indian states except Punjab, which sends 10 Lok Sabha MPs, every state was in BJP's pocket, other than Bihar, which the opposition or Lalu, Congress, Nitish Gathbandhan won in 2015. Now that Gathbandhan is broken, that citadel is broken. Bihar, which sends in 40 MPs to Lok Sabha, is safely again in the BJP pocket, with Nitish coming back to their fold.
Right.
So A, they have scored a huge win vis-a-vis 2019. B, they have dealt a double whammy, because they have also taken away the most credible face of opposition. Because the one person who was being seen by all those Modi BJP baiters as a ray of hope in the country around whom they can perhaps rally. So Nitish Kumar was seen as the most sanguine, most sober, most influential face, most acceptable face.
The most likable.
So it's a double whammy. Bihar back in NDA pocket, and opposition most credible face now back in the BJP fold. So it's a huge political development.
Well,
And poor Rahul Gandhi, I really felt bad for the Congress party.
Yeah. I would like to make a couple of points.
They are stuck with Lalu. And I have had conversations with Rahul Gandhi many years ago, how he used to criticize Lalu. In his 2009 press conference, Rahul went out on his limb praising Nitish Kumar in the 2009 pre-election press conference.
मुझे ordinance अभी भी याद है, the way he tore the ordinance.
And in private conversations, he has been so critical of Rahul Gandhi, so critical of Lalu Prasad. But look at the twist of fate that he is stuck with Lalu, whereas his favorite politician Nitish Kumar has gone over to the BJP. And who is to be blamed?
Wait, that's why I asked कि डूब कौन रहा है, सहारा किसको मिल गया? But just going across to
just small point. Can I comment? Yes.
Just going across to Sham, Ajay Alok of the JDU with us. Good evening, Mr. Ajay Alok. Can you hear me? This is Anand Narasimhan here.
Sorry, I can't hear you.
This is Anand Narasimhan here. Can you hear me, Ajay Alok?
Yeah, now your audio is a bit clear. Yeah.
Yeah. Can you take us through what's happened just now? We're given to understand a lot of the BJP MLAs are at Nitish Kumar's residence.
See, we would like to thank the Bharatiya Janata Party that they have offered their support without any condition, and they'll be a party to the government. And they have already given the letter of support, and which we are going to take it to the governor.
Is the swearing in happening tomorrow evening at 5 p.m.?
Sorry?
Is the swearing in tomorrow evening at 5 p.m.?
Well, that I don't know when it's happening because I'm not an astrologer, but the moment it will happen, you will come to know of it, Anand.
We are given to understand it's happening tomorrow evening, Ajay Alok, so you can tell us. आप क्या छुपा रहे हैं? आप तो बता दीजिए.
अरे मैं कह रहा हूँ ना, मैं भविष्यवक्ता नहीं हूँ. I don't know about it.
But when was this decision taken of walking out of the Gathbandhan?
You're obviously going to cover it. Sorry?
When was the decision taken? When did Nitish Kumar make his mind up?
Well, see, one thing was very clear right from the beginning. On 11th itself, we made it clear on the press conference that we are not going to compromise on the issue of corruption. And the kind of perception which was building all across the country, and especially in Bihar, it was really becoming difficult to head this government where your deputy is accused of corruption and on PMLA Act and on Benami Sampatti, against which Nitish Kumar has openly expressed himself. So it was very much clear that we cannot continue like that, and it was very well conveyed to Madam Sonia Gandhi and Rahul Gandhi, and today it was conveyed to Mr. Lalu Prasad Yadav also that he is going to resign.
But Laluji has put out a tweet, he's come out and he has said that Nitish Babu always knew that there have been allegations of corruption against members of the RJD or the Lalu Yadav family. हमारे ऊपर भ्रष्टाचार के तथाकथित आरोप पहले से ही थे. क्या गठबंधन करते और सरकार बनाते वक्त नीतीश कुमार नहीं जानते थे? That's what he's asked.
Lalu Yadav was never a part of government. Lalu Yadav couldn't contest the elections. We had an alliance with RJD. And of course, let me now reveal that the Rahul Gandhi and Nitish Kumar both were earlier not in favor of taking Lalu Prasad Yadav along in this Mahagathbandhan. But somehow he got involved, and I guess that was the biggest mistake of this Mahagathbandhan.
Are you also upset that Rahul Gandhi didn't take a stand? Because even Nitish Kumar spoke about it.
No, it was not a fault of Rahul Gandhi. See, Rahul Gandhi was unable to do anything. It's very difficult to convince people like Lalu Yadav. So no. Rahul Gandhi actually couldn't do anything.
But why do you think Rahul Gandhi should continue to stay on with Lalu Yadav? Or does he not have any choice?
I don't know. It's up to Rahul Gandhi what he decides to do. But one thing is clear: if you want to take a fight cannot be fought with one hand in corruption. No, that is not taken. So that is the stand where Congress party will have to take a stand.
But as the JDU, what were you expecting from the Congress party? Because I believe that you stayed on, or you were hanging on, because you thought the Congress party will be able to prevail over Lalu Yadav. They will be able to force him to take a decision that could save the Gathbandhan.
No, it was... They couldn't do anything, and we have no expectation. We have no expectation. We are doing what we think we are right, it's right, and we have done accordingly.
Many are also saying that this has been a very brazen political opportunism by Nitish Kumar. Is that a fair accusation, Mr. Ajay Alok?
Well, in 2013, when we got out of NDA, then it was said that it's a political opportunism. Today also, when we are getting back to NDA, then it is a political opportunism. I just don't understand that why don't those who are accusing us, why don't they understand that the politics and opportunity goes together?
No, now this is something that you are sharing with us. They say there is many a slip between the cup and the lip. Now you have said that you are getting back into the NDA. So is that also sealed? When is that officially happening?
It's actually happening. All the NDA, all the BJP MLAs are inside the CM house and they are having a meeting and they have given a letter of confirmation and support.
So is this going to be only outside support or will they now be jointly part of the government?
No, the BJP, Sushil Modi has already made a statement that BJP is going to be a part of the government.
And will you be part of the union government at the center? Will the JDU be now part of the government at the center too?
That's something for Mr. Nitish Kumar and Prime Minister to decide, not me.
But you can at least give us a hint. When will that decision happen, and is it a likely possibility?
See, whatever the decision will be, it will be conveyed to you. So let's not make speculation. The fact of the matter is that today BJP and JDU have come together, and that is important.
So, but is the JDU open to it, to being participatory and part of the government at the center?
These are things which will be taken up in the future. Why are you worried about that? Right now we are concerned about Bihar only.
No, because there is a cabinet reshuffle which is impending. So we want to know whether we would find a few JDU faces in the government thereafter.
Let's settle the Bihar issue and then take up the another issue.
Will this government last a full term? Because the numbers are very skeletal in terms of majority. There is a certain amount of fear that there could be defections within the JDU.
This government will run smoothly, this government will perform smoothly, and Bihar will take its own course and it will leap future. It will run in leaps and bounds, and don't worry, we will win all the elections with this formation.
Who is the Deputy Chief Minister of Bihar now, along with Nitish Kumar?
That is for the BJP to decide, not me.
But is there a choice that the JDU has? Has the JDU expressed an opinion? Is it back to the Nitish-Sushil Modi combo?
See, whatever it will be, you will be informed about it. Let's not talk about it right now, because I won't be able to answer those because I myself don't know about it.
Right. Ajay Alok, thank you. Thank you for talking to us and joining us here on the Newshour tonight. Thank you. Shyam, thank you for getting us Ajay Alok. That's the first confirmation that comes forth at multiple levels that officially part of the NDA, they might soon be walking back into the government at the center. So, एक तरह से कहा जाए फिर से मुहावरा फूट रहा है, वारे न्यारे हो गए. But Ghanshyam Tiwari, this is dangerous for the Gathbandhan or the opposition. And Devashish Jararia, thank you for your patience. Coming back to you, and Kumar Ketkar sir, coming to you sir after the two gentlemen in our Noida studios. Yes, Ghanshyam Tiwari first and then Devashish.
Well, the narrative of 2019 is not based on the arithmetic combination of party. It is based on what the BJP failed to deliver, the promises that were made in 2014 and the challenges of the country on 2014. One, the BJP has failed on those promises, be it on employment, on security, on farmers, and it has compounded the problems of the nation. So while you can argue that there is no leadership phase for the opposition right now, the issues don't go away.
What's your narrative?
We don't walk into a...
Make a statement here.
What's your narrative?
Let me complete. Our narrative is very clear that we need an India where the youth have jobs. We need an India where farmers are not committing suicide. We need an India where our borders are safe. We need an India where women are safe. Which of these things has BJP been able to deliver? We need an India where demonetization...
Mr. Tiwari, I have a question for you. Mr. Tiwari, I have a question for you. We all agree with your narrative. Everybody agrees with your narrative. Tell me, according to the recent elections and by-elections, according to the voters, who fulfilled the narrative?
Very seriously.
Well, it is not about who fulfilled the narrative. You can say who won the election, but the reality is that narrative fulfilled? Are the youth in this country finding jobs? Was demonetization successful? Is the country ready with GST? Are farmers not committing suicide? Do we have a Lokpal? These are the open issues that the country faces. BJP has not been able to answer the country on these issues. They might have an ace with respect to leadership and coalition building, but when they talk about coalition building, we are also facing a coalition in Kashmir which has failed to deliver. We're also facing a coalition in Maharashtra which has not worked out. So yes, what the JDU spokesperson said was that this alliance was a foregone conclusion. But the reality is that it's also a foregone conclusion that this government at the center has failed to deliver its promises and has compounded the challenges that the nation faces. Sir, and this is what they have to answer in 2019.
Sir, I'm not. I hope you're a far more.
Anand, can I just come in?
There are far more politically astute gentlemen on the panel on the Newshour tonight. Devashish Jararia is sitting right next to you. Please tell me, is it cutting with you as a voter? Is what Ghanshyam Tiwari coming out and telling you, if they come out and give you this bhashan and this speech, will that swing the vote in your favor? When I say your favor, that means against the BJP and Narendra Modi.
Man ki baat is a successful term in this country. Let us come to the proper point here. Let us come to the proper point what we are discussing. See, Nitish Kumar never asked for the resignation of Deputy CM. The first thing. And here I am clearly saying that Mr. Lalu Prasad Yadav has been a victim of a conspiracy.
So even courts are part of the conspiracy.
He was raising.
Is the court part of the conspiracy? That's what I'm saying. Are the courts part of the conspiracy?
That's what happened today.
Was he convicted by the courts under some conspiracy?
That's what today happened. 27 August, he is going to organize a Maha rally in Uttar Pradesh. Oh, sorry, in Bihar.
That's a question of timing. It is not conspiracy. It's a question of timing, Mr. Jararia.
This is a conspiracy.
The issues.
After that announcement, he is being continuously targeted.
So
we have seen that
both of them knew what is happening.
Targeting him.
So Nitish knew Lalu game, Lalu knew Nitish game. Very simple. It has nothing to do with the tactics that they played. No. Nitish had an apparent finally.
That's what the charges
Lalu
of
lost
Nitish
the
Kumar
chance.
is. He is opportunist. He has shown opportunism.
This is not opportunism.
No.
This is political wisdom. Let us understand.
So he has shown. You should accept that in 2014 he showed a political wisdom against you also.
Let me say something.
Ratan Chardaji, he has shown a political wisdom against you also in 2014.
I agree. That's part of his political style. Now let me come to that. See, Nitish Kumar very cleverly took a risk, calculated risk of standing against Modi by hoping to be the next counter to Modi against Modi. When the chance came, unfortunately found that the company he had was such foolish company who didn't know where to go, who didn't know what to speak, what strategy. He conveyed his pain that there is no narrative by the opposition, if you remember the president's poll.
Yes.
And what happened then? Still Rahul did not support him. Still Rahul did not force Lalu to change the family ministers in the government. So he realized that either he becomes a useless opposition leader or becomes a part of the leadership that's going to change the face of the nation. This narrative of pseudo-secularism is dead now. People expect corruption to be removed,
but
because
he has to give
for them it's a bread and butter question.
He has to give
answer to he is a person who understands
the voters of Bihar.
How
see what happened now. The Bihar voter will ask what is happened with the DNA of the so-called BJP now.
That's true of all the people. Remember what Nitish and Lalu spoke about each other. That's political rhetoric. That's electoral rhetoric. Remember your Rahul Gandhi said in UP what he said. But 20 साल UP Bihar because of Samajwadi Party. Then just 15 days before that he tied up with same Samajwadi Party. Same Nitish Lalu said Samnath, Nagnath. They came together. That's not the point. Point is, Nitish realizes the limitations with which he was fighting, his hand tied with a so-called Gathbandhan. He has no idea where to go.
The BSP is okay and is also thinking about coming together with the Samajwadi Party.
Imagine what it is. Mayawati is the first.
So anything is possible in politics.
Like a crazy woman.
The other name of politics is opportunity or opportunism. But Kumar Ketkar,
we have seen that opposition is continuously targeted.
Mr. Kumar Ketkar.
What target? You have to target Modi. Modi, you are opposition. How can opposition target you?
What is happening? What is happening in Uttar Pradesh?
You don't have anything to speak about. If you have some ideas, you have spoken again.
Please listen. Please listen, Ratan Sarda.
You are just
please
trying
to connect these elements.
Yeah, before Ali Mudin Khan.
When Mayawati ji resigned from the Rajya Sabha seat, there are speculation that she is going to.
Coming to you, Zafar Islam, after Mr. Kumar Ketkar speaks, he is not spoken for 40 minutes. But मुझे मालूम है अब वो बोलना शुरू करेंगे. I hope it starts, Mr. Kumar Ketkar, sir, with a word of advice to the Congress party कि जब जागो तब सवेरा, आंखें बंद तो फिर अंधेरा. Let's hope that they wake up, sir, wake up to the reality. Please. What do you think, sir?
Well, since you are discussing in the context of 2019, let us not write any epitaphs. And the point that Jayamrug made, I think, needs caveat. And Jayamrug said that in 1989 and 1996, the issue of communalism and corruption was settled. I think that's completely or partly wrong and partly right, because in 1989 it was not only Bofor's corruption but also Ayodhya issue, and Ayodhya issue brought BJP to fore. In 1996 nobody knew who was going to become Prime Minister. Nobody was voting for Deve Gowda. In 1989 nobody was voting for VP Singh as a Prime Minister. So whoever was supposed to be the leader of the opposition was unknown. Neither I.K. Gujral, who became Prime Minister later, nor Deve Gowda, nor VP Singh or Chandrasekhar were voted as Prime Ministers in 89. So whoever is the leader of the opposition is not the question before the voters. Voters express their discontent, voters express their dissatisfaction, voters express their disillusionment. They expressed that in 1989, they expressed that in 1996, and again they expressed in 1998 without giving any majority to Vajpayee. Again in 1999, Vajpayee did not get majority despite Kargil. Let us not forget all that. Issues are not only as simple as you make them out to be corruption versus communalism. They are not the issues. There are multiple issues. And as Ganesham Tiwari was saying, there are all the issues relating to all the aspects and promises and the dreams sold to the people will be questioned by the people.
Correct.
Nobody can predict what will happen in 2019. Because in 2004, the prediction was, the prediction was that BJP will get 350 seats. Advani to everybody, Pramod Mahajan were on record saying that 350 seats to Shining India are definite. What happened was 137 seats. So I think let us not predict 2019 on the basis of what happens in Bihar today. And Nitish Kumar was accused by the BJP and Modi as a serial backstabber. Now he had backstabbed, according to them, George Fernandez before, and he had backstabbed the Janata Party. How many times he had changed the party in last about 25 years ever since Jayaprakash Narayan. And all these guys, Nitish Kumar, Lalu Prasad, Mulayam Singh, George Fernandez, all of them are products of the Jayaprakash Narayan movement. And all of them have been stabbing each other. So backstabbing is not exclusive to any one particular person.
Not at all, not at all. So just one point, I completely agree. I completely agree with you. But for the day, for today, would you concede a point that the Congress has lost the initiative? I mean, that so-called Mahagathbandhan idea is looking weak.
But I am not discussing Congress.
Sorry, there is nothing Maha about this Gathbandhan.
You are right, but I am not discussing Congress. I am discussing, Jay, you are right. I am discussing opposition. And you are discussing Congress. Congress is only one part of the entire opposition and a very weak part of the opposition.
Yes.
With only 44 seats in parliament. And in Maharashtra,
my question is,
along with
as a senior journalist, Mr. Ketkar,
something will happen.
Please, can you guess who is going to the nucleus of this Gathbandhan?
Yes.
Can you please
Zafar Islam?
Who is the nucleus of the so-called Gathbandhan that you look at?
Narendra Modi and the discontent against Narendra Modi.
Discontent against Narendra Modi. What is going to be? What is going? No, please tell me, sir. Do you think pitting communities against each other, pushing a particular narrative, trying to create a fear psychosis, is that going to create enough dissonance in 2019?
It is not a spontaneous reaction.
Disastrous consequences of demonetization.
To derail the Modi bandwagon. Is that going to happen, sir?
is going to reflect in the voting.
Sir, I believe Mr. Nitish Kumar got the pulse. Please, Mr. Kumar Kirkar, you will also agree. You will also agree. You will also agree that Nitish Kumar on the 3rd of July
always brought.
Sir, when he was speaking,
brought miracles.
Sir, no. What I'm saying is, Zafar Islam and to our other panelists and to our viewers, Nitish Kumar on the 3rd of July,
1977.
when he said that the opposition just by coming together is not going to make any difference. What is your alternative narrative? My problem, sir, is no political party has come back and stated a strong enough alternative narrative, because we believe that even the Congress party does not know what the alternative political narrative is.
Talking about, are you aware of the electoral history? Anand, are you aware of the electoral history in this country? In 1977, Indira Gandhi was confident of coming back, and that is why she called for election, and she lost. In 1980, the new Gathbandhan of the BJP, everybody thought that they will come to power in 1980. Mrs. Gandhi swung back.
Yes.
Again, despite emergencies baggage, with three-fourth seats in Parliament in 1980. So what was the alternative leadership?
Sir, please, aren't you answering your own question? कि वो लोग emergency भूल गए और इनको वापस सत्ता दे दी. What gives you the why doesn't that give you the understanding कि लोग demonetization भूल जाएंगे, GST भूल जाएंगे by the time 2019 happens? That's what I'm trying to say, sir, that people are not holding on. They have not got, the opposition has not got the narrative that will top corruption, the anti-corruption plank which this government is sitting on.
You question the opposition on that.
No,
sir,
please.
Sir, if you look at the electoral history, sir,
I don't want to get into the.
Always sprung.
No, sir.
Yes, sir, I agree with you. Let me put in a couple of caveats.
Let Zafar Islam intervene. I'm sorry. Yes, Zafar Islam, Sanjeev Srivastava and Alimuddin Khan. Yes, Zafar Islam first. Yes, limited time, but yes, quickly. Yes, Zafar Islam.
Anand, today many muhavras have been spoken and many by you. So I will also add one.
Sir, phut gaye sir, pata nahi kaise.
4 din ki chandni, phir andheri raat, from day one it was expected. Now what is more important, people are talking about narrative. See, what is the narrative? Opposition has not come because there is a complete bankruptcy of issues in opposition camp. What is more important is to realize that the youth today expect us to deliver, the political party to deliver, not and safeguard their interests. But these opposition parties are talking about safeguarding their own interests, not talking about serving the people of this country. On the contrary, this is our NDA. Particularly BJP has one narrative to work for the people of this country, safeguard the interests of the people of this country, and more importantly, ensure that the youth of this country has certain expectation, and we must expect.
Let me tell you, sir, people, I know we have a lot of panelists on the Newshour tonight, so it's not that I'm not watching those people who are engaging, viewers who are engaging with us on involved.in. Plenty of suggestions coming in. Now, somebody has written, a CJ has put out, Lalu, a victim of conspiracy, is the joke of the country. Nagaraj says, 1 minute, Alimuddin Khan, 1 minute, sir, I'm just reading out what the viewers are saying. Lalu, Bihar, Sasikala, Tamil Nadu, next Jagan, toppers of Indian corruption charts. Vijay Raghavan from Chennai. Narayan says, people of Bihar are the happiest of all. Someone called CJ has said, as of June, taxpayer base went up from 5+ crore to 6+ crore. This shows that this is the start to the end of corruption. Some hope there, but very small numbers. The Gathbandhan is a scattered force, says Leonard, a regular viewer. Then we also have corruption करने की जितनी क्षमता कांग्रेस में है वो किसी में भी नहीं. Look at the perception. अब फंसे हुए हैं इस परसेप्शन के मायाजाल में फंसे हैं. करप्शन इक्वल टू कांग्रेस, इसको तोड़ना होगा.
No, are we getting it?
Yeah, we are.
I have just one more point, a caveat to add to what Mr. Ketkar was saying. Other than 2004, by and large, the direction of the elections was clear. And the so-called opposition, non-Congress opposition that we are talking about, their leaders were always thrown up as a surprise. I mean, they were not some pre-poll opposition leaders. Neither Mr. Gowda nor Mr. Gujral, for that matter, not even Mr. Manmohan Singh. Correct. So, is the Congress or the opposition hoping for a post-poll miracle?
Sir, they're just hoping for a miracle. Wo aayega. It is like...
Anand,
वो सुबह कभी तो आएगी. Yes, Sanjeev Srivastava.
Anand.
Sanjeev Srivastava. Yes.
Anand.
हाँ.
Anand, चूंकि
सब हिंदी में मुहावरे.
I have great respect for Kumar Ketkar and his political.
जी.
हिंदी में मुहावरा तो मैं ये कहूँ कि हाथ कंगन को आरसी क्या.
जी.
है पढ़े लिखे को फारसी क्या. हम कितनी भी बातें कर लें, whatever we may talk about. The thing is that right now the Modi-led BJP juggernaut shows no signs of losing momentum, losing steam. और हो क्या रहा है कि कुमार केतकर साहब इतने सुलझे हुए पॉलिटिकल एनालिस्ट हैं, बट अनफॉर्चुनेटली पूरा ऑपोजिशन या जो कोई भी नरेंद्र मोदी की स्टाइल ऑफ फंक्शनिंग या पॉलिसीज को सपोर्ट नहीं करते. Their one point problem is that rather than being proactive or opposition coming out with a narrative, which something which I said on the day of the UP election result, कि the opposition lacks narrative. हो क्या रहा है कि they are only hoping कि नरेंद्र मोदी सरकार से इतनी गलतियां हो जाएंगी कि जनता उनके साथ आ जाएगी. Now that is wishful thinking, because this dispensation is so proactive politically that everything, see, the presidential election is over, Bihar Gathbandhan has broken, then Amit Shah will come into this thing, central politics, cabinet reshuffle, every day, every fortnight there will be a huge event, a huge spectacle, a huge victory for the BJP NDA combination. So expecting this government to tip over politically and hand it over on a platter to opposition is not going to happen.
That's what.
And all the opposition sympathizers and politicians may keep waiting for that.
Correct.
Till
true, sir. I have to wind up. I'm sorry. I have to wind up. Alimuddin Khan, I'm sorry. I couldn't give you enough time to speak. There is only one aspect, sir. This government. There are 2 crore jobs that they have not yet provided. They are way back in that tally, but they are not worried about that. Devashish Jararia, this government is only worried about one thing. I'm sorry, I have to wind up. There is only one thing they are worried about, that they don't want the taint of corruption on them. You know why? That is one daag jo unke liye achhe nahi hai. That's something they realize. And if that corruption sticks on this government, that's when the narrative will start changing. Till then, you're going to keep fighting. Thank you very much.